Now that we've talked about orthographic projection, we're now going to take a look at the angles of orthographic projection. If you look right up here, we have third angle projection. Third angle projection is what we use in the United States, Great Britain, and Canada. Everything we have done up to this point when we're talking about our views, this is our front view. And if you look right here, this is our right side view. I'm going to change pencils here. That's just a little bit big. But this is our right side view. When we look at that, we see the line that projects straight across here for this chamfer. And then we see a line that projects straight across there for that chamfer. That's what you actually see when you look in at this view in this direction. Okay? Our viewing plane for this would be right here. We're looking in this direction, that's where we see it. So there would be your right side view. Over here would be your left side view. You're looking, and you would actually see looking from this side, your viewing plane being over here, you would actually see no lines over here because it's just a flat surface. But you would see that these lines here project across and make the hidden lines because that's on the back side of the object. So that would be your left side view. Same thing when we're looking down at the top view. View plane would be right here. You're looking straight down on the part. This is what you would see when you look straight down. You'd see this line here would line up with that one. This line here lines up with that one. This line lines up with that one. And of course this one lines up with that. So, real easy to understand. Top view is right over the top of the object. Bottom view, same thing. You're looking from this point down here, you're looking up at the object, you would see these lines would represent the hidden lines. So that is third angle projection. Third angle projection is what we use here in the United States. When you get to looking at prints from overseas, for European countries, China, all these different overseas companies, they will have what we call first angle projection. And the way I always remember it and tell my students to remember it is, remember when you go to Europe or whatever, you see people driving on the wrong side of the road. Well, when you look at prints from European countries, their views are on the wrong side of the part compared to what we're used to. Right here, you would actually see the left side view appears over here on the right side. It's like you're looking through the object. Whenever you look at this, it's like your viewing plane would be back here and you're looking through the object. The main way for you to remember it is say, alright, my left side view is going to be on the right side of the part. My right side view is going to be on the left side of the part. The top view would be at the bottom and the bottom view would be at the top. That's the way your views are going to appear. I will not have you doing any prints that are in first angle projection. We're going to do everything in third angle projection. Now, this doesn't mean you won't run into this at some point. One of my jobs, whenever I worked at Premium Allied Tool, one of my jobs was making customer prints. A lot of prints came in from overseas. When those prints came in from overseas, they would be in first angle projection. I was known to draw a part or two backwards because I didn't realize that it was in first angle projection, and I made the right side view actually be the opposite of what it needed to be because I was really looking at the left side view and I thought it was the right. So it is confusing. Now you might say, how do I know what angle projection the part is in? Okay, whenever we get to looking in our book, if you look on page 42 in your book, if you look at page 42, they have got ISO projection symbols. First angle projection, when you look at it there right above A, first angle projection, if you look, it's got a solid line for that small diameter. that is looking, that view with the center lines in it looks like what we would think of as our left side view of that object. But it's just the opposite. Now if you look at third angle, you actually have a solid line for the small circle, but it's over on the left side of the object, so the left side view is actually correct to what we're used to seeing. So that's the way you identify those symbols. You will need to memorize these symbols to where you know what they are for your test. Whenever we have an exam, they will be on there. The main thing to do is remember that we use third angle projection, and then when you look at the symbols, say which one makes sense to the way we use it. Is the left side view the left side view, or is it the opposite? If it's the opposite, it'd be the first angle symbol. But that's the best way that I could say that you would need to look at that. Now, you will find this in your title block on your print. It will be in the title block. Down there it'll have those symbols in it, and that's where it would be. Now, I went over sketching and orthographic projection. If you go back and look on page 38 in your book, it shows you exactly how you would derive to get to your top view and how you would get your front view and your right side view. These are all for third angle projection. Everything we're showing you here in this is third angle projection here to start off with. They show you a miter line on page 39, how we project from the top view over to the right side view, and so on and so forth. It also tells you there in the reading on front view, it says the front view of an object is a view that shows the greatest detail of the part. It's not necessarily the front view as the way it appears in operation. For instance, if I drew a car, and I'm just going to sketch one here real quick, it'll be, if I drew a car, something of that nature right there, and then I had a wheel on it and a wheel on it. This probably shows the most detail of that car. So I would call this the front view. But is that the front of the car? No. The front of the car is out here. So I would have to have another view over here that lined up. Looks like a Jetson car or something, but anyway, there's a wheel. There's a wheel, and everything should line up, which I know it doesn't. But this would be the front of the car, but this would be known as the left side view here because this is the front view. So the front view is not always going to be known as having necessarily the front as it is in operation. So that's just something to remember. Again, you've got the little assignment on researching tutorials on orthographic projection. Make sure you do that and that you've got a good understanding of orthographic projection. If you're confused at all or whatever, just give me an email as usual and I will try to clear things up for you. Thank you.